CAIC Z-10. Hello and welcome to an exciting new video from War Secrets. Attack helicopters have become the mainstay of any modern military force, with their ability to loiter around the battlefield and bring to fore an awesome arsenal of rockets, missiles, and heavy machine gun rounds onto their enemies. It's one of the best options available to destroy both conventional enemy armored formations as well as enemy insurgents. This is the reason why the People's Liberation Army of China inducted the mighty Z-10. So stick to the video till the end to know the complete details, and do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel for the more exciting content. Now, let's begin. History behind the Z-10. The challenge of defeating massive armor formations was examined by the Chinese military in 1979 during the Sino-Vietnamese War. It was determined that using assault helicopters was the best approach to counter an enemy armored formation. For testing, 8 Aeropostale Gazelles with Euromissile HOT were acquired. The PLA became interested in acquiring a dedicated attack helicopter by the early 1980s. They were using commercial helicopters modified for military usage at the moment, which were no longer fit for assault and were only suitable as scouts. And with growing economic and strategic ties with the West, the first choice of the PLA was to acquire the design and license to produce a contemporary Western attack helicopter, in particular the A129 Mangusta or the AH-1 Cobra. The PLA decided on the latter, however the Tiananmen Square massacre and the ensuing arms embargo closed the door on Cobra, or for that matter any Western attack helicopter design. The PLA would then set its sight on the famous Mi-24 from the Russians, however they too refused to sell the attack helicopter to the Chinese. While attempts to import foreign design were unsuccessful, war exercises revealed that attack helicopters would have to be directed by the Army rather than the Air Force. The People's Liberation Army Ground Force Air Force was formed as a result, with an initial strength of 9 Harbin Z-9s. The People's Liberation Army Ground Force Air Force also performed tactical tests to assist in establishing the specification for the future Z-10. Anti-tank missiles like the BGM-71 TOW were deemed insufficient, therefore an equivalent to the AGM-114 Hellfire was to be developed. The Z-10 would be built around the new missile as a result of these findings. Development of the Z-10. Work on the Z-10 started in earnest after the 1991 Persian Gulf War, which along with many other modern weapons technologies proved the absolute necessity of modern attack helicopters in the battlefield. Shanghai Aircraft Industry Group and China Helicopter Research and Development Institute developed the Z-10 attack helicopter for the People's Liberation Army. For the airframe and propulsion, there was also collaboration with Kamov, a Russian design agency. Shanghai Aircraft Industry Corporation was tasked with manufacturing. By the end of 2001, a full-scale test platform has been built. The first stage of flight test was completed in 2003, and the second stage was completed in 2004. In 2009, the PLA received its first helicopter. The Z-10 made its debut in November 2012 at the 9th China International Aviation and Aerospace Exhibition in Zhuhai. The People's Republic of China's first modern attack helicopter, the Z-10 can be compared to its Western counterparts such as AH-1 Cobra, AH-64 Apache, and Tiger helicopters. Features of the Z-10. The Z-10 has a traditional attack helicopter layout, with a fuselage that is nailed down and stepped tandem cockpits. The tracking and engagement systems are located in a positional nose assembly, similar to the AH-64, while the standard cannon armament is stored in a chin-mounted turret. The fuselage is thin, allowing for a very narrow forward profile and allowing for a pair of turboshaft engines to be mounted high in the layout. The turboshaft engines power a 5-bladed main rotor assembly and 2 2-bladed tail rotor units, which are mounted low on the fuselage top. With a traditional tail rotor skewed to the starboard side, the empennage is positioned low in the design. A large vertical tail fin supports the tail rotor. A pair of horizontal stabilizers are located at its base. The helicopter is 14.1 meters long, with a rotor diameter of 13 meters and height of 3.1 meters. The Z-10's maximum takeoff weight is 8 tons. Cockpit, avionics, and countermeasures. Its two-man step cockpit configuration is comparable to those of the current models such as the American Army's AH-64 Apache. With a commanding view of combat ahead, the weapons officer sits in the frontal cockpit and the pilot in the rear. In the event that one of the crew members become incapacitated, the pilot controls become redundant. Composite armor protects the cockpit. The cockpit's bulletproof glass canopy is able to withstand 7.62mm bullets. Multifunctional displays and fly-by-wire control system are features available in the Z-10's glass cockpit. Both the pilots are provided with helmet-mounted sight displays with integrated night vision capability, a forward-looking infrared camera, as well as an YH millimeter wave fire control radar and blue sky navigation or targeting suite can be installed on the helicopter as well. Because the YH millimeter wave fire control radar was not available in time, the usage of this radar is not typical for the Z-10. Early Z-10 samples were examined without the intended radar due to the pressing necessity, and the radar was only subsequently made accessible. Unlike the Russian system, which utilizes two antennas, the Chinese millimeter wave fire control radar uses a single antenna, comparable to AN/APG-78 used on the AH-64D Apache Longbow. A radar warning receiver, a laser warning receiver, and a shaft or flare decoy launching system are all part of the Z-10's electronic countermeasure system. The modular design of the Z-10 incorporates the most recent technologies. The Z-10's YH-96 electronic warfare system can also attack electronics. Though its BM/KG-300G jamming pod, it may further weaken incoming tracking signals. Armaments. For the Z-10, two types of autocannons are available, the most popular of which is a 23mm automated chain gun indigenously designed and produced by China. The Chinese reversed engine version of the 25mm M242 Bushmaster, which was adapted for helicopter usage, is another autocannon that may be installed on the Z-10. A 30mm or 40mm automatic grenade launcher or a 14.5mm heavy-class Gatling minigun can alternatively be used in place for the autocannon. 4 hardpoints for external weapons are provided by 2 stub wings, similar to the AH-64 Apache. The GJ-V2-89A standard data bus architecture enables the integration of both Soviet and Western military systems. The Z-10 anti-tank guided missile, which is considered to be similar to the US-made AGM-114 Hellfire, may also be fitted to the helicopter. Up to 8 anti-tank guided missiles, 8 TY-90 air-to-air missiles, and 4 PL-5, PL-7, and PL-9 air-to-air missiles may be carried by the helicopter. The TY-90 missile is intended particularly for helicopters that conduct aerial combat operations. For ground assault missions, the Z-10 may also carry multi-barrel unguided rocket pods. 4 pods under the sub-wings may carry 57mm to 90mm rockets in total. Engines. The Z-10 is powered by 2 WZ-9 turboshaft engines, which are thought to be based on the Pratt & Whitney Canada PT6C 67C turboshaft engines. Full authority digital engine control is equipped in the engines. Each engine has a continuous power output of 1,142 kilowatts. There are reports that China, in cooperation with a European partner, had been working on a more powerful engine, the WZ-16, to power the Z-10. There has been controversy surrounding the WZ-9 engine as in June 2012, United States charged United Technologies and 2 of its subsidiaries, Pratt & Whitney Canada and Hamilton Sundstrand, of selling engine control software to China, which aided in development of the CAIC Z-10. While the Chinese Defense Ministry denied that China bought or used the software, Pratt & Whitney Canada and Hamilton Sundstrand agreed to pay more than $75 million to the US government to settle the charges. However, the main reason for developing a new engine is the fact that the current WZ-9 engine is purportedly too underpowered for the Z-10 to carry its maximum weapons payload, including up to 16 HJ-10 anti-tank missiles. Usage. Currently, the primary and so far the only user of the Z-10 attack helicopters is the Chinese military, with around 100 Z-10s already in service with the Chinese military with orders for more on the way. The Chinese fleet of Z-10 is divided between People's Liberation Army Air Force Airborne Corps and the People's Liberation Army Ground Force Air Force. There was great interest shown in the Z-10s by the Pakistani military to replace its aging fleet of AH-1 Cobra. However, they chose the Turkish T-129 attack over the Chinese Z-10 due to the latter's weak engine. That's all for today, folks. We hope you have found the video informative and fun to watch. Also, tell us in the comment section your views about the CAIC Z-10 attack helicopter. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon next to it for regular updates. Goodbye!